I want to encourage you, and I hope these passages embolden you. You are more than conquerors, and you have everything you need to take the hearts of Muslims captive for the glory of Christ. There's nothing to fear. And you don't need to be a scholar. You don't need to be a scholar. All you need to do is trust that the Holy Spirit is real and alive and will fill you with such wisdom and knowledge that even those with PhDs cannot stand and resist the wisdom that Christ has given you. But you have to believe. As you go to Luke 21:14-15, let me repeat, you don't need to be a scholar. You don't need to have a PhD. All you need to do is submit and surrender to the Holy Spirit and give him your all, and he will fill you with such wisdom to confound the scholars of this age. No better teacher than the Holy Spirit of the living God. And by way of testimony, just to give God the glory, I've never been to college or seminary, and yet there isn't a scholar that can stand before me without the Holy Spirit giving me the power to silence his attacks on the Bible. Not because I'm anything, because the Holy Spirit is everything if you trust. If you trust and believe. And I hope you're encouraged by Ramin and Muhammad and myself, foolish things of the world, standing before you with the wisdom of the Holy Spirit, confounding the scholars of this age, because your God is more real than you can imagine. But do you believe? Do you believe? I thank God for the Muslim debaters. You know why? What I thought was a curse in the beginning of my years as an evangelist, when I first started dealing with Muslims and asked me questions I couldn't answer and causing me many a sleepless night. By way of testimony, I'm not lying. The Lord bear witness. There'd be times I would cry myself to sleep because I didn't know how to answer the objections. There were times when they asked me questions, I would be asked questions and I would cry myself to sleep. And I remember one night, I looked to the Lord and I said, God, I don't know how to answer these questions. See, when I think about the goodness of God, it moves me in my heart. But please, if you give me the answers, I promise, by the power of the Holy Spirit, I will make sure that no other Christian gets humiliated like these Muslims are humiliating me. And here I stand before you, testifying to a faithful God who has answered every objection. And there's not an objection that I have not heard that God has not refuted. Not so much to win an argument, but to win hearts and remove obstacles from them being receptive to the gospel of Jesus Christ. If you believe, you will receive, and he will do wonders through you. And I'm an example of that.